Hello everyone, this is Gene from NYC, and as you can probably tell from the sound of my voice, I am flipping tired. I am exhausted. The last few days have been crazy for me in my personal life. A member of my family just had to go into the hospital. I had to spend all day with them, and a good chunk of the night I didn't get home till like midnight. Well, not midnight, more like 11. But I didn't get to bed last night till like past 1, so if my voice sounds like I'm exhausted, it's because I am. So I'm gonna make this super brief. I wouldn't even really call this a video. I've heard that Funimation did an investigation into Vic Mignogna and has formally terminated him from everything. I think so. He wasn't just fired from that one project at Funny. Apparently now they're cutting him off, cutting him loose. I call BS on their investigation so much, and not just because I'm a fan of Vic, because I work in an office that does investigations regularly. I read reports regularly, and there's just, it stinks. It stinks. I'm gonna do a video on it, on their statement of an investigation, and tell you guys why I think that either they're lying or they did a very poor investigation. Okay, I know the kick Vickers are going to be like, well, they did an investigation. They've proven it. No, they haven't. No, they haven't. All right. There's doing an investigation, and then there's doing a proper investigation, right? My concern, again, as someone who works in an office where investigations take place regularly, is can the investigation hold up under scrutiny? If their files are pulled, and I hope they are, because I hope Vic sues them for a wrongful termination claim. If I were him, I would do just that. Right. That has to go through discovery. You have to give up your files. So the question is, will it stand up under scrutiny? If they did an investigation, I don't even think they interviewed Vic, which would actually be quite damning on their part. But I'll do another more in-depth, detailed video once I'm feeling a little bit better and explain why I feel these things. But I don't believe for a second that they did an investigation, or if they did, that it was a very poor investigation. So that's my thoughts on the investigation. I also heard that Monica Rial is having a Twitter meltdown, and apparently Jamie Marchi is again using very aggressive, violent language in reference to Vic. I just saw a tweet where she was like, "What would Jesus do? Light him on fire and go to hell? So send him to hell." Which Jamie, no, Jesus would not do that. Jesus was about forgiveness. Christianity as a faith, it's about forgiveness, right? But that's neither here nor there. Believe it or not, I think that as painful as this is for Vic at the moment, and I don't wish this on him at all, but since he doesn't deserve it, I think it's an odd and very painful blessing in disguise, and I'll tell you guys why. Because now Vic knows. Now Vic knows for certain where the snakes are in the American dubbing anime community. He knows where they are. He knows who they are. He didn't know this prior, right? At least I don't think he knew prior. Maybe he heard rumors or something, but now he knows for certain that people like Chris Sabat, that people like Monica Rial, Jamie Marchi, and others. Some say Sean Schimmel again. I haven't seen any credible proof about Sean. And some say Sunny Straight. I haven't seen it. But potentially those two, I'm not going to say just because I haven't seen it that it isn't true. But certainly Sabat, Monica, and Jamie. Possibly Schimmel and Sunny Straight. But now he knows where they are. They work at Funimation. At least some of them do. They work at Rooster Teeth. Right? At least some of them do. So now he knows, and now we know. I know that for myself, I haven't bought anything anime related in years, but I certainly won't be buying anything from Funimation. I am done with Funny. I don't care what they adapt, right? I don't care who their voice actors are. My favorite voice actor at Funimation is John Bergmayer, because of how he played Kurama in Yu Yu Hakusho. I love his dub work on that. especially since Kurama is my favorite character. But my hand to God, if there was a con like literally across the street from me, and John was there, I wouldn't go. I wouldn't go. Not because I dislike John personally. I got nothing against John personally. Um, and I haven't heard him say anything bad about Vic, so it isn't about John himself. But again, John works for Funimation, and I cannot, in good conscience, go and see somebody who works for a company like that, a company full of snakes, a company that kicks a man when he's down, fires him without doing what I believe to be a thorough and appropriate investigation. And from what I'm seeing, I don't even think that I think it's highly unlikely that they even spoke to Vic and got his side of the story if they did an investigation at all. And again, I'll explain all this and why I think this in another video, which maybe I'll make later on today or tomorrow. Basically, when I'm feeling better, because I need to sleep. So anyway, Anime Gate continues. The Kick Vickers can go kick rocks for all I care. I'm hoping that Vic is talking to his lawyer. If I were him, I would sue Funny for wrongful termination. I would sue Rooster Teeth for wrongful termination. I would individually sue Sabat, Monica Rial, and Jimmy Marchi for slander. And yeah, that's it. That is it. I'm hoping that Vic can maybe get his start again in a different industry. Because here's the thing about voice work, about being a voice actor. We may just think of it as being in anime or in video games or cartoons because that's the medium that we experience it in. But voice acting is just like comics or anything else. It's very broad. It's not just, those three things. It's also, for example, doing the voiceover during a commercial, right? That's voice acting. So, again, I hate the fact that this has happened to Vic, that his good nature and his over-friendliness has been used to cost him, at the moment, his livelihood. But I think in the end, because at least now he knows where the snakes are. It's not going to be easy. But he has the support of his fans. He has the support of those like myself who stand with Vic. I stand with Vic, and I'm hoping that he can. It's going to be painful. It's not going to be easy, but that he can maybe move into a different part of voice acting, or maybe into stage acting, or different types of acting, and start over. But he shouldn't stay. I don't believe he should stay in anime and video games, which is sad because that's where his career is. But look at the snakes, right? That area of voice acting, right, is very small, right? You always see the same names, right? You always see the same names on different works. It's not very big, so everybody knows each other, which means that he would, be made to work with Monica and Jamie and Chris again at some point, even if it wasn't on a Funimation project. So no, I don't want that for Vic. They should never. I personally want Chris, Monica, and Jamie Marchi fired from Funimation and blackballed from the industry. I know that may sound severe, but guess what? They're making claims. They're slandering the man's name. It's either slander or libel. I forget which one it is, but they're basically slandering him, libeling him, and ruining his life because they don't like him. And they never took their supposed grievances against him to anybody. And now they just come out on Twitter where the court of public opinion has crucified the poor guy. So yeah, I think that in the end is not here yet. But I think in the end, Funimation will be sued, and Funimation will have to pay out a good chunk of money to not have to take this to a trial court. I think that Monica and Jamie and Chris will have their day. There'll be a reckoning on them. They'll find themselves out on their butts, exactly as they should. In my personal opinion, they should be blackballed. Right? They should be blackballed because of what they've done to Vic, in my personal opinion. And this part I'm going to direct directly to Christopher Sabat. Mr. Sabat, watch yourself around Monica. Okay? Your Bulma, your work wife, right, is a snake. She's not a snake in the grass that's hiding and you don't know. We all now know that Monica Rial is a snake. And believe it or not, Mr. Sabat, you have a lot in common with Vic, with Mr. Mignogna. You're a white man. You're a well-known white man. You're a well-known white man who's been doing dub for Funimation for, over 20 years at this point. You have a career to lose. And the woman that you keep hugging in photos, right, is the woman, or at least one of the women, who just cost a man his career for what? For hugging fans and kissing fans on the cheek. And yet you hug her quite intimately in certain photos that I've seen. So watch yourself, Mr. Sabat. Because you are a lot like Vic. And just like Vic, you have a lot to lose because of this snake named Monica Rial. Okay, so, and here's the difference. Vic didn't know. Vic, from what I can tell, honestly did not know that what he was doing, hugging people, oh my days, what a sin, was so bad. And he didn't know that Monica was such a snake. But now we all know that Monica is a snake. You know that you're working with a snake. So, if you care anything about your own livelihood, your own reputation, your own family, because to my knowledge you are married, think of Tabitha, right? If you have children, think of her. Think of them. And watch yourself around the snake named Monica Rial. Because in my opinion, Monica is a snake. And she's not even a snake that's hiding it anymore. Because believe me, you could easily find yourself, if you run afoul Monica, right? Or someone decides to unearth 7-year-old photos of you hugging somebody, or hugging her, or anything else, you could very well find yourself right where Vic is right now. Out on your butt, without a job, because of old pictures that are not in and of themselves bad, but because people make complaints that they won't actually move on, and complaints that fall apart, but yet the court of public opinion says, hang him, hang him. Your life gets ruined. Believe me, you are sitting right in the same precarious spot that Vic was, and you don't even know it. So, there's my one warning to you, Mr. Sabat. Take it or don't. I don't care, but there it is. Anyway, this video has gone on too long. I need to get my rest. Have a good day. Bye.